welcome our resource person Dr. Vijender Solanki. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker today, who is going to talk on data engineering concepts, process and tools. Dr. Solanki is currently working as an associate professor in the Department of Data Science at CMR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. He received a PhD degree in computer science and engineering from Anna University, Chennai. He did Master of Engineering and Master of Computer Application from Harisi Dayanand University, Haryana in 2007 and 4 respectively. He has more than 15 years of teaching experience and his research areas include network security, Internet of Things, big data and smart city. Before joining the CMR, he was associated with the APJ Institute of Technology, Greater Noida, KSRCE, Institution Tamil Nadu, and Institute of Technology and Science, Gachibowli. He has published more than 100 research papers in journals, books, and proceedings. He has been a reviewer for international journals and conferences. He is an active member of the IEEE ACM. I would like to call Dr. Solanki at the dais and hand over the session.
Thank you, Khalil sir, for giving the opportunity to speak on this FDP. Good morning, everyone. Today we are here gathered to share the FDP on the concept of data engineering, concept, process and tool. So first, please give me the 2 minutes. Let me set up my laptop and then I'll start it, right? So you please sit comfortable. I'm very thankful to each one of you because it's like my own institution because I'm coming many times over here. So once more, I'm here, thankful to you. Let's start it. Just give me 5 minutes. Let me set up. Yes, sir? Yes. Help karo yaar. लगेगा इसमें ना ठीक है ना कुछ है डिफिकल्टी तो मुझे बोलो आई विल गिव यू द पीस Then we fix it. Perfect. Great. Thank you. You have really saved a lot of time. So let's start it. Let us know the detail of this session, like the organizers given me around 3-hour times. So what we will do, like 1 hour or 80 minutes, we will take a first session, take a tea break, and then 60 minutes with permission to the organizers. Right? I will be taking it as an open session, so please feel free and sit very comfortable. And today we will be learning together. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Wherever you stuck somewhere, you please pause me, and wherever I have some query, I'll ask to you. So this is something will go like that, not like a one-side communication. Okay. So thank you very much again to giving me the opportunity to speak on this topic. Let us see, like I don't know how many of you have heard this word before 3 year or 5 year about the data engineering. We have to first go into them. So the division of the presentation will go like that. It will be the independent PDFs. All the content completely onto the internet, but discussions and explanation will be mine, right? So first I'll come out to the very basic part. What is a data engineering and how the people looks at that? First, let us see what is... Is it visible?
No.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Actually, wire move.
Right. Then I'll do one thing. No. It's a mistake. Now it's fine.
wire निकाल दो इसमें से. पीछे लगे. दोबारा कीजिए.
Well, so the simple question is, when you first time hear about the data engineering? That's the first question. Because I don't know, before 5 years we people have seen any word like a data engineering. We have seen engineering, computer engineering, mechanical engineering. If you have seen before 3 to 5 years, you tell me, sir, this is the first year when I heard about a data engineering. If you have, you quickly tell me. If you don't, then I will assume that you accepting with me that data engineering was not a very old term, especially in the past few years, if I look. So when you look as a data engineering, the data engineers believe that you are basically taking again a huge database. You can call it through various processes, data creation, data capture. You can assume as you are comfortable. I will assume it as a huge data, or an indefinite data, or a different type of data, or a different source of data. This is what I will assume. And what I will try to propose you, we are using certain engineering concept over there. So you can call like the modeling techniques. Certain things I am assuming over there. And then I am very easily giving you the analysis, and you can call like analyst and data science. So again, the first question is, you can keep this question within you. And you can give the answer to you also when you first time listen about a data engineering. It's a crucial question. If you know this, then you can say the beginning of it is easy. So data engineering is the process of designing and building the system that let the people collect and analyze the raw data. I think you people remember about your DBMS subject. In the DBMS, we are teaching to the students about initially it is a raw data, it become a information, after that it become a useful table, and then after normalizations and all, it is ready to use to the software. But over here also you remember, we are using the same thing. Data engineering is the process of designing and building the system that let the people collect and analyze the raw data. Since many of the decades, the question going on raw data. So what we are trying to showing you in the first raw is the raw data, and multiple sources and multiple formats. So please little bit try to connect it with the big data. Then you may have some more information, or otherwise you can connect it through a different sources of the file. These systems empower people to find the practical applications of the data which business can use to thrive. So over here you can find certain research perspectives also. If you open your DBMS syllabus, then you go to a unit number 3, 4 and 5, you see there is a various type of database you are using. So over there what we can use? We can also use the same pattern if it is a distributed database, if it is a cloud base, we are using some specific database, or beyond the SQL something more we are using as a database application software. So a lot of things you can go into this data engineering concept. So next, we believe it is important, you believe it is important. So the question comes first, why it is important? DBMS is, of course, is one of the important subject, but data engineering is important. Why it is important? Just you look some lines. These lines are easily available on the Google also. Like companies of all the sizes have huge amount of disparate data to come through to the answer of the critical business solutions. I will try to drag your attention to the data visualization also from this first line. I'll have explanation of that, I'll come. But how the data visualization is in demand from the data engineering, I will try to draw your kind attention towards that. So now again the question, and the question comes on your head again the same. When before 2 to 3 decades, 1.44 MB floppy disk can complete my post-graduation, what is the need for that in PhD? I am using a 1 TB of the hard disk. You just ask same questions from your professors. Like, sir, when you was doing your graduation and post-graduation, really are you using the 1 TB of data hard disk? And the answer is no. If it is no, then we have the two answers only. Either now we are really realizing that the data is important and the huge data is very, very important and it can be kept in a different multiple formats. Otherwise, we will simply tell that time DBMS book, even now also we are reading. For your information, I am telling the DBMS book what you are studying now, we have also studied same. So where the question hits your mind, how the DBMS become a data engineering? Is it or not? You have to give me a reply in a tea break. So again I hit you one more question on your head, like a DBMS, how it is explored and in what way it is explored, so it become a part of data engineering. So we will come to DBMS, we will come to big data analytics, we will come to data warehousing, and next, what is next? So just keep these words in your mind. Data engineering is designed to support the process, making it possible for the consumers of the data. So mostly we can call like the analyst, scientist, executives to reliably, quickly and securely inspect all the data available. Yes, I would like to say that with the help of data visualization, now it is very easy for the manager to accurately predict the data based on the engineering huge tables. This is what you can believe. So second paragraph, it states that the data analysis is a very, very challenging. The data is managed by the different technology and stored in various structure. Yes, this is a hurdle before us. And if you go in any of the research perspective related to the database, you will find this line is very, very true. Hundreds of DBMS theses you can find which is relating this first line. Data analysis is a challenging because the data is managed by different technology and stored in a various structures. You just take this line only and then you open the Shodh Ganga, you will find number of interesting theses which is already published, which is already done. So again, that is the reason we are calling here as a specific, you can call like a trendy name, data engineering. You have studied civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics, chemical, now you study about a data engineering. Even you should do Google engineering also. Google also, when the data engineering first time used. This is an interesting question. Then, if it is a data engineer, then nowadays a lot of new departments are opened, data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, capsule engineering. So my question is, basically, if CSC, with comparison to these all, what specifically or new they are doing, which earlier was not. So you should have two questions in your mind. One is, when all are the CSC allied branch, then what is the need to nominate a new departments? And if it is a need of new department, why early they were not nominated? Because if we look, it is a 2023, so little bit you go back 20, 25, 2005, 10, 15, 20. So you see not much name about these all. So as such, what happened? So the people are creating so many new departments and they are sidelining the civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics. So you have to look into that. The data engineering is a skill that is increasing demand. Yes, you can accept it because it is not in our country, it is across the globe. This pace is going on. You cannot say it is in my India only. If you go in some other countries also, this is happening. The data engineers are the people basically who design the system that unify data and can help you to navigate it. And data engineers perform many different tasks like acquisition, cleaning, conversion, disambiguation, deduplications, and so on. So the question is, what is the role of software engineering? Can you see anywhere the role of software engineer is in terms of acquisition, cleaning, conversion, disambiguation. And this is the right time also you should think, what is the role of DBA? What is the role of SQL administrator? What is the role of the people who are deeply going into a database industry? Are they doing some different task which now we so-called as a data engineers are doing? So these are the questions which must ponder in your brain. And you see more or less the things was earlier also, but now we are specifically categorized it and we call it so-called as a data engineer, right? So acquisitions, finding all the different data set around the business. Can anyone tell me when is the first time you heard about a data set? Just check this question with you. When is the first time you have heard about a data set? And when you heard about a data set, so was it really a part of data warehousing, database, or is something surprisingly come one fine day and then everyone started using the data set? And now there is so-called so much data sets are available. You go on a Kaggle, you go on Google, you go on IEEE, even nowadays the institution to have their own repositories. So this is the one question which must you think if you are moving into this identification line. Cleansing, finding and cleaning any error in the data. We were used to use like normalization to reduce the deduplications, to reduce the anomalies duplications, to refine the normalization database. Then what is this cleansing? Conversion, giving all the data in a common formats. I think even if you open your mobile itself, in a picture you can have more than 10 type of formats. I am not talking about a table. Even you have a mobile, you can save a picture and then you save as what are the templates, you can see it. And suppose if any one software who is capable to go all the formats into a one format, you believe it, it is not a small research outcome. It's not a small research outcome, it's really a wonderful work. So we are working on to a conversion, then disambiguation, interpreting the data that could be interpreted in multiple ways. Earlier we have a data, after that we say the table is there, after we say we have following menus are there, we say following functions are there, that's it. Now what is new into that deduplication? Removing the duplicate copies and interpreting the data that could be interpreted in a multiple way. So just look into that. I think with the help of a Google, at least you check if data set is important, then what is the role of tables? And if tables is important, then what is the role of data? And very surprising, I think you people have experienced, even you use a modeling techniques, you can call as a ML techniques. Say I am using this on a particular data set. Even a little shift of that is give you a huge changes in the results. I was reading one article, so the article was suggesting us that nowadays we have more publications. So I was just coming on that point, you saying, right? You know, nowadays the generating and interpreting the results are very, very easy comparison to earlier time. In earlier time we have more thorough and more rigorous. So very few, but now it becomes like a pattern. Whatever you are doing with the same data set, I am using a different variables and then I am putting the same data sets and they are also putting the same data set. And most importantly, there is no one certain organization who can endorse this is a correct and that is not correct. Usually what happens? The paper moved to a publisher, publisher moved to a review, review say authenticated, they say and finally publish. But earlier if we look, we don't have that much resources. We have to accept it, we have to accept it, right? So this is the way we have come on the data engineers. Then again a very, very basic question. I'm just touching a background, then I'll come to the main PPT, right? I'm just trying to touching some basics so that a background can be done. What is a data engineering? So data engineers play a crucial role in designing, operating and supporting the increasingly complex environments that power modern data analytics. Historically, data engineers have carefully crafted data warehouse. So data warehouse, data mining, again it is going to drag into this part. The good part is whatever we have studied in our graduation as a DBMS or a advanced DBMS, you will getting a lot of help from that into this. That is thumb rule. I personally feel what I have studied in UG, PG as a DBMS, a basic subject, or a advanced DBMS. If you come into that, you see, yes, certain concepts I have studied already, only now they are drive as a new, you can call it something like that. So data engineers have carefully crafted the data warehouse schemas, table structures, indexes, quickly to ensure adequate performance. With the rise of data lake, data engineers have more data to manage and deliver to downstream data consumers for analytic. Data that is stored in data lake may be unstructured and unformatted, and it needs attentions from data engineers before the business can drive value from it. Okay, we'll take a very simple example, very simple example. Perhaps you people have seen the World Cup match. Now, even you have seen the cricket before 5 years also. Okay, let me go little past. Even you have seen a cricket before 10 years also. Okay, I'll go little bit more on. If I like last 15 years, what are the changes you have seen in data engineering point of view in cricket match? Can anyone tell me? Very basic things I am asking you. Since a childhood you are watching this. Cricket is a, we call, very public game, which like by most people. So last 15 years, what are the, you tell only first 10 years. In 10 years, 12 years we can cover 3 World Cups. It happens every 4 years. So what you have seen the changes in last 3 formats? Any idea? In terms of when you are watching a match. So then you see lot of answers is there only. Lot of answers are there only. Fortunately, once the data set has been fully cleansed and formatted through the data engineering, it is easier and faster to read and understand. Since businesses are creating data constantly, it is important to find software that will automate some of these processes. Well, how many of you have studied in a computer network tunneling? And how many of you are again going to witness it, data pipeline? I don't know this word you people have seen in DBMS, data pipeline. Tunneling have you seen in computer network? Yes. The data is moving in a computer, yes. Now the question is it possible to look the data as a pipeline? How they are moving it? Just you look these few terminology, how the data engineering is fascinating you, why it is attracting you, why it is craze in nowadays, and why the peoples are moving towards the technology-based courses rather than civil, mechanical and other where they have to more go interface to the machines. So certain questions which is in your brain, when I am calling like a tools and skills, data engineers use many different tools to work with the data. They have really a skill to create end-to-end data pipelines that move data from one source system to target a destination. So my question's answer is this: when I ask you, you look 3 formats in World Cup. Perhaps you have seen the data processing of the 3 World Cup. What they are going to show you is now immensely improved. Immensely improved. Earlier also they used to give you the data outcome. This is a player who made this run, this is the player who balled that much, this is the player, this is the umpire. But now you see how deeply they try to show through a curves, through a graphs, through a table, and it can make such a easy visualizations for you, like you feel it's really easy to understand cricket for you. But if you look beyond 1-2 formats of the World Cup, you feel it's not easy. It's not easy. You have to take a time to first look what are they displaying onto a screen. After that you have to take a time to understand what are the screens saying to you, in what manner they are saying. Even it takes initially 5 to 15 minutes to understand that. But is it happening now? No. You have to accept it. If you argue like, no sir, it is not, then come on. I will tell you how it is. If somewhere you are disagree, you tell, no, I am disagree with this, tell me what to do. Then I will try to sort out, because over here we are the open discussion. I am not going to give you any one open topic to you which you need to learn and give examinations. I'm giving you a topic where we have an open learning, and by the end of 1 hour and 2 hours you can say that yes, this theme is nowadays populating in a very high speed because of for so-called reasons. If that much you are able to know, you see that today's session is over. Then we are using SQL for long, but after now we came with the Python, we came with the cloud, we came with the query engine, so-called with some new tools. And then again one question which is confusing many people: data science, data scientist, data engineering. So personally I feel like if I call a data engineering versus a data science, again it is quite close. It's not very two different segment I can call. So data engineering and data science are two complementary skills. Data engineers help to make data reliable and consistent for analysis, and data scientists need reliable data for machine learning, data explorations and other analytical projects involving largest data set. Data scientists may rely on data engineers to find and prepare data for their analysis also. Okay, well, so what we have covered till now, let me come up back. Data engineering is a theme, as today's talk is based on data engineering. I would just like to focus on a DBMS part, a great explorations of a DBMS through a data engineering. Why it is important? I've just highlighted it that a market is coming of new verticals of engineering where it is one of them. Market is in a demand where it is one of them. So this is what we have done. Basically, what are their jobs? So what we are giving, these are the jobs of the data engineer. Basics, at least each step they should happen. So like neural network, you see that. Genetic algorithms, just you see that. Decision trees, just you see that. What do we do into them? Now the question shifts from all together to new data engineers. So what basically they are doing and how they are doing, this is what I have just put up in front of you. Processing, at what level of processing you have to touch. Then we have come down with the skills, tools, basic tools what we are using, and then data science. So this is all about the basic of the data engineering. I hope it is easy to you. Now we can start the slides and we will come up on the main theme. At least background is easy to you, data engineering. So I have the one question from you, can tell me, data engineering is different from AI ML or it's the same? Or let us see AI only. Data engineering is different from artificial intelligence or it is same? Just give me some idea. I wanted to know your idea, and then we will come to a one ready to slides. Is it same or different? Data science is same with ML, AI or different? Tell me. At least you should have that to start this, otherwise, you know, we'll be sitting together, session will be complete, but you won't get anything.
I think, sir, data science is a part of, sir, AI or ML.
AI of ML. AI or ML?
AI or ML part. Because, sir, without data, AI or ML is not possible.
Great. Great. That's a good input. Yes, anybody else? Tell me. Okay, let us come down. Data science and data engineering is the same or a different? Abhi de dijiye aap, you give me the quiz now, I will assess today itself and I'll note it next. Data science and data engineering is the same or a different? Okay, let us forget it. What is data science? आप इसी को बताइए मुझे. Or else you tell me what is data engineering. Just please, आप एकदम ना ground level पे सोचिए. You don't think skyrocket. I too don't know any skyrocket. You all are same today. Then the learning is easy. So the question is, data science is what or data engineering is what? चलिए इसको भी छोड़ देते हैं. Let us come down to the next. What is the difference between engineer and scientist? आप ये बताइए चलिए. Let us start it from here. See, I am not going to teach you anything new, believe me. But I am just trying to reassess certain things which you say, yes, I was knowing it earlier, now I got it strongly. That's it. Until you will not accept within you, the things will not come to you. If you think somebody will come, they will teach me, I'll then learn. It is a process, but acceptance is important. So I just want to know what is the difference between engineer and scientist. Yes, boss, last bench, would you like to tell me something about engineer and scientist? Tell me. What you know, you tell. Even it is a wrong, we'll accept it. That's it. I'll just ask him some more water bottle, maximum nothing else. You give me the reply. What is the difference between engineer and scientist?
Scientist is the one who comes up with new ideas, new methods, new technology.
Okay, great.
And engineers will be the one who are using the existing ones.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, my question is again with you, madam. Scientist is earlier engineer.
Yes.
It's an engineer. Later stage he become a scientist. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes.
Yes, no.
Yes.
Initially he is an engineer. So while he is doing engineering, he is an engineer.
Engineer.
Correct, Anna? And once his engineering is done, then he is moving to a higher study. So he becomes a super engineer, and by the time he do doctorate, it becomes a super fast engineer, according to you. So meanwhile time, what he is doing? He is trying to giving some innovation. He is trying to studying some novel work. He is trying to giving some interpretations on the existing studies. He is trying to taking certain inputs from the existing studies and then giving hypothesis of their own study. And then he call, yes, this is what I have done. Data engineers, if we come up, so they build and scale the platform that enable the collection, processing and storage for the data science or a business analytics. And scientists basically go more into the, you can call, mathematical part. Do you remember last time when you did LHS is equal to RHS? You remember, not remember?
Remember, sir?
Tell me which class?
12 or 10.
So after we forget it. So have to go a little bit more detailing into that, then it makes you a great scientist. Scientists never skip anything, they just continuations on whatever they have. So this is what, like madam say, I agree with madam. They build and scale the platform that enable the data collection, processing, storage for the data science, business, analytics and use. So today we are suppose working on a Google collaboratory using Python. We are engineer or scientist?
Engineer.
Google collaboratory, know everyone, no? Where we are using a Python programs.
Yes, sir.
So now my question is, if I am using a Google collaboratory, I am engineer or scientist?
Engineer, sir.
Madam, what do you would like to say, engineer or scientist? A scientist is using a test bed as a Google collaboratory. He is ingesting a number of data sets in their programs and finding the outcome. And then he say that after rigor effort of these following modeling approach, I am able to get these results. So you call it is a one platform where the engineers and scientists work to get more momentum and more depth about the program. As such, no, Google Collaboratory is not a copyright of engineers or a scientist. It's a test bed. Anyone can use that. Even you can use, I can use. Even a great person who is a scientist can also use the same. Otherwise, what he will do? Will he create a new Google Collaboratory? No. If he needs, I want to complete my scientific work, I need a Google Collaboratory, he will use it. I need the high end of Python program, I'll use that. So this is the way you should not discriminate. Tool is a common, but practice is different. Engineer basically is more focused to the demand of a projects. So he look only very narrow way. However, the scientist look the exploration of the applications part. How more wider I can go with this application. Right? Just you look, you people have seen before 15 year or 20 year Unix. After that we have seen Red Hat. So then we call Linux. And now we have so many versions of Unix. So this is the part of scientist. What is the part of engineer? We have one project. Our project is completely based on the Linux, this version, Ubuntu. So entire team have to take off the same version, same set, same software, same instruction, and into that they have to develop a product to the customer. You can call it an engineer, right? So thank you very much for your participation. Now when we call the Data engineering, designing, building, scaling system that organize data for analytics. So I would draw your kind attention to only one word, for analytics. Like I'm asking you to, for whom this lunch is, sir, it is for you. I don't care what is in lunch, it is for me. Like the data engineering, you need to go throughout a long tail, but come on a one word, very, very important, for analytics. And I just want to draw your kind attention that analytics is really a upcoming, very intelligent part, which can give you a lot of IQ quickly before getting the input of subject. For example, today if you want to start any subject, analytics itself will give you about that subject. Say, I want to study this subject. You go into a subject, you see the popularity of the subject, outcome of the subject, demand of the subject, outcome of the subject, industry trend of the subject, acceptance of the subject, wide acceptability of the subject. Everything you can get it without reading the subject. So how you can get it without doing so much? The word is analytics. So you should be smart enough to go more into a graphs than to a detail of the tables and equations. So data engineering is helping you into that. Design, building and scaling system that organize the data for analytics. And once again I am telling you, if earlier we are using a system analyst, then we are using an analyst, software analyst, and now here we are using data science analyst. A person who is very quick, really smart to understand what I have to do into them. So this is all about a data engineering. Now we have ETL. Just look at the data engineering, just small example I'll take, and we'll come up into a application part. So then you can easily understand this format. Okay, so, well, what is the full form of API? What's the full form of API?
Application Programming Interface.
Any example? Give me some Java API or Python API you can give me. API, you give me any example of API. When we call anything as a front end and a back end, what do you understand by that? Any applications, what do you mean by a back end and a front end when we calling it?
Banking applications.
Tell me. What do you know? You tell, you will find your answer is here and you are gaining at least something more. Don't listen me, I am not going to give you anything unique which you don't know earlier.
All banking applications.
Huh?
All banking applications.
Okay, call banking application. Into that, what is backend?
Sir, Manu website is also.
Okay, Manu website. Tell me what is into the backend.
Backend is like when we try to see also our results or our attendance. First we go to login section and then we show.
So now again my question is that what is backend?
Backend is like what what is in backend, sir, like server side, sir.
So again you are confusing what is a server when you call backend. आप लोग simple terminology बताइए. Let us assume we all are a 12th class student. We don't know any technology.
So backend is connected between the server.
But my simple question first. I am a layman person. I want to know what is backend. Now you tell me.
सर बैकएंड में प्रोग्रामिंग रहती है. जैसे सपोज हम एक नॉर्मल से एग्जांपल लेंगे.
Great.
अगर हम किसी
लीजिए आप एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल लीजिए.
हाँ, अगर हम किसी रेस्टोरेंट में जाते हैं तो वहाँ जो सामने स्टाफ रहता है वो हमारा जो एपीआई है, ठीक है, वहाँ अंदर जो कुक कर रहे हैं वो हमारा बैकएंड है जो अंदर प्रोसेस कर रहा है उसको.
सर कुछ ऐड कीजिए आप भी. You are part of FDP. You are not outsider. Tell me. That's it. इतनी सी बात थी आपको. आप उतना देखिए. See the problem is again I am telling you. हम लोग बहुत ऊपर जा रहे हैं. अब एकदम ऐसे सोचिए. I am a 10th class very simple student. That's it. एक simple आपने GUI बनाया. He made a form. Into the form he say I put a login ID password. Now in a back end somewhere in a some place one table is there with the 2 column only login ID and password. He say okay what it happen? It directly go to there and check, is it okay? If it is match, okay. If it is not match, error. आप वहाँ से start कीजिए. You start it from there. आप सही है, what you are saying, you giving me a in-depth orientation of a big application, but I am asking a simple interaction of you. You have already many table, not one table, you have many table, so-called database. You have Manu website front, you can write email ID and password front end. It goes somewhere connected, like you say, sir, now I am not in Manu, I am outside, I am sitting in abroad, I am sitting somewhere. In that case, what happens? You can connect it through internet. Over there, you can use certain devices also. You can call as a network, wide area network, internet, or internet of things if you are using cloud. Up to you. Okay. And once you go it, you can get a analytics. Analytics, I think, if any one of you are holding a website or a blog or a Facebook or a group, or you have at an admin place anywhere, you can easily view and visualize how many people came, how many people view, how many people came, what is the traffic, how much is the traffic, when is more traffic, when is less traffic, ABC, XYZ. So this is the way you need to understand. Simple, very simple. Now my question comes over here. When I call scaling, what do you mean by scaling? So scaling, I would like to tell, in a different formats, what we have, bringing it on to a common format. Bringing on to a common format for the understanding, it's a scalable scalable architecture. If not, it is a non-scalable architecture. Very simple. Okay, so this is what we have done, and now we will come little more detail and we will take a next more than 10 minutes on this screen. You very comfortably look at this screen. I think it is visible. I will sit with you and we will all together try to explain it, what is happening. So when I am calling you visualize, I am simply saying you all are believing in an Android mobile phone. Say visualize. I believing in a visualization. One side I would like to tell you, store, what is that, how the data go into them, how actually it preserves, how actually it works, and connect, what are the ways I can go on to them. See, if for a short time, you just remove data science. Now you come down to a web architecture. Whatever you people have studied in Java, whatever you have studied in advanced Java, I think advanced Java everyone have got it. Madam, this slides is freely available on Google, even I have not drawn it, and I will give it to you. Got it? What's your name? I will give it to you. Direct copy it, and then you dig it. No, I am telling now, when you take picture, again it is going to get in memory, it will go to a Gmail server, it will save in somewhere in a drive, it will again going to increase your data, then evening time you are thinking, okay, database is going high. I give you quickly, be smart. So, first you can take any one. Let us see this. Business Intelligence Tool, BI tool, Business Intelligence Tool. Mobile apps, web, user interface. So, now the first question is, we are living in a 21st century, and it is not a time where we have that much patience to first start a table, manipulate and understand the table, correct the table, and then put a table in front of somebody else. Time is changes. Even now it go in a businessman's, they are also connected with a number of apps and applications where quickly they can drag today's sale, yesterday's sale, monthly sale, yearly sale, 6-month sale, annual sale, more above the peak, below the peak. This is all we call like a day-by-day business. Okay, so you can get it very easily from business intelligence tool. Alright. Then nowadays, developing the business websites, we can call as a website, or developing a apps, it's really crazy. And even I see nowadays the graduation in the BTech students are able to do that. Developing the apps and developing the websites is really a crazy. and it do not require you a very high quantum of funds. So more and more mobile apps now we can see, right? Web user interface, please, many times what happened, we do not know where we are living. If I am correct, last 3 years I am visiting Manu, not first time. And every year, every semester when I am come, some improvements is there. So, don't you think when last 3 to 5 years you are watching any website, it is looks change, but only different is my mindset not goes that place. That's it. You have to focus it that visualization is improving day by day. Even in the schools, visualization is improving, university visualizations is improving, and the same time in the people working in industry, visualizations is improving. So you can call you are living in a visualization era. Earlier we don't have that much graphs, charts and all in a visualized way. What we have today. You see the match starts, within a 5 minutes they project how much percentage a team A and B will win and lose. So they started their ML techniques into that. They started their AI. But for you it is visualized. When you know this team is winning, you are happy or unhappy, a different issue. So this is a one portion. Now we come down over here. Mostly we know the SQL, but now it is taking more and many new tools. And I think you should sit sometime with the new tools, especially for the young engineers, those who are doing graduations and post-graduations. The companies, for your informations, attracting are new softwares. Companies are providing a new solutions with the latest softwares, and companies are really recruiting more engineers who are techno-savvy rather than who say I am a good in C++ or Java. We are not asking you to be good in C++ or Java. We are asking you to be smart on C++ and Java. Now this is a difference. Earlier time the use of Google was less, and now the use of Google is manipulated in manifold way. Manifold way. When you are using 3 screens, where one you can search and all the code, another screen you can compile, and third screen you can cut fit with your projects. What is the difficulty to you? Who is asking you to remember the code? Nobody. But they are asking you to be smart. So into that we are using, this is the way. First let us check it. We are using the big data, of course, it is another technology over there. SQL database. Huge table, move on. Data warehouse, you can go on to that. Once you want to go sparks, streams, batch, process it, and if you want to go for a buffer, caches and message queues. So this is a one procedures of your data science. Ab is one ko hataiye and let us come to a big scale integration of a JSP machines. I think you people have seen about a JSP, ASP, Java server pages, active server pages. When the cricket matches was going on, or otherwise when the different location, different projects are connected to a web interface, we are using the same way. But now we have some new softwares, they have some new outcome, we are working on to that. Okay, well, this is the two part. When I come over here, as you people say, application APIs. New and new APIs are generating with the new and new features, and they really doing a very good work. Externally, we have enterprise data warehouse and SQL database. And once you are able to connect it through a small application, you can call this application is a data science application. So earlier time in the graduate, what do? We have the internet, we have the Tomcat, we have the JSP, we have the Java, we have the servlets, we have one running applications, we are connecting it to a certain remote clients, and then we call this applications is working. Just you look with this application, what is the special you look into them? The good interface is there, the good softwares is there, and at the same time, good connectivity is there. Can you imagine, okay, I have one question again. Madam, can I ask you when the website crash? By the way, have you heard about the website crash, yes or no?
Yes.
Who is saying yes, sir? I'll ask that. Madam, you only tell me when the website crash.
The heavy traffic.
What do you mean by heavy traffic?
When
Give an example. I would like to listen example. बोलिए 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 आप बोल रहे हैं ओके मुझे तो यही पता लगता है बोल रहे कौन है एक्चुअली नो प्रॉब्लम मैडम बोलिए यस सो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है वो क्रैश हो जाता है या सर्वर डाउन हो जाता है देखिए आप लोग फिर क्या कर रहे हैं ना सी यू शुड नॉट बी हेजिटेंट टू मी आई एम नॉट ए रिसोर्स पर्सन टुडे यू फील आई एम लाइक यू आपको थोड़ा कम आ रहा है मेरे को ज्यादा कहीं पे मेरे को बहुत कम आ रहा है आपको ज्यादा एंड टुगेदर वी कैन मेक ए गुड लर्निंग आई वांट टू नो वेबसाइट क्रैश देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन सर्वर डाउन एंड क्रैश थैंक यू आप ही ने मुझे कुछ नए वर्ड बताए सो टेल मी कब होता है वेबसाइट क्रैश एनी आइडिया
So first you tell me that what is website crash?
What is
the crash? What do you mean by it?
CRASH
No, what do you mean? Because you can have many meanings, right?
you tell anyone to
See, website crash is also when there are many requests,
yes
but the server is not responding to that.
yes correct
This is also.
yes it is crash tell one more
Second one is when it's hacked.
yes perfect
Okay.
you come to correct point this is what my intention
Right.
is
So
when
there are
some
different
people have go illegally intruder onto that and they broadcast the data which is not reliable
Right.
and financial frauds
Right.
so I am coming up to that part perfect so what is 1 2 3 merge it okay so a website can load a normal above normal more than normal this is all depends upon the traffic as madam told and she rightly say if the traffic goes more and if your server is not well hosted so called domain is not well hosted chances is there the response will be slower and you can call that my work is not done but I'll not call it is a crash the reason is there is a difference into the architecture so nowadays what do we do for that we are speeding the server with the high blade servers we call agree we are using the high blade servers for the fast processing but again a question is like she told I remember still when some websites there is a more visitors beyond the limit chances is there some nodes get displaced and the website do not give us a do not give us a correct response you have to accept that it is normal and last but not least if the security features are byplayed anyone chances is there they will completely crash it okay one more thing let me tell you let me add you into that if some people get access of your web through hacks or through hitting way or say hit and trial if he is able to go into that chances is there he will completely corrupt it okay that is fine can we get some more into that my questions is again over here is high scalability I wanted to go on a high scalable it can be very easily accessed at any place on a finger touch that is the point you see IRCTC PNR just you imagine how great they are working so across the country or across the place you just connect with internet and enter the PNR and they give you the information and many times it happens that successfully things are not coming up and they say that try again retry again so if you look this architecture of the data science and if you look the existing structure you find it we are moving to a better pattern now we are looking to a better pattern now with the help of new technologies, with the help of a new ways and website crash is okay. Somebody have heard about the mobile app crash?
Yes.
So can we say all the features are same into that also?
Like what kind of feature?
Features like mobile app crashed. Why the mobile company always ask you for updates? What is the reason?
The reason is for security
One is security.
and also the application should be
They update
compatible
the
with the
features,
new
new features. Sir.
Yes.
They update the new features.
Yes, they updated the new features. They wanted to connect you with their updated backend.
Yes.
They wanted to update you with the number of things so that you can connect with the latest trends into that. So as such, mobile app crash I have not heard, but is it also possible? Because it is also a web interface. It connected with the internet, it connected with the Google Play Store, and it connected with the small applications with the completely to the server. And website is also the same way. You have to take it open, it is go to a hosting where the data is placed, and after that when we are accessing some data, data is coming or not coming. So you should accept one point, after data engineering or after data science or after latest technology, these newses are reduced by large. My intention was that you have to accept that. Earlier, what we were thinking, we have the frequent victim, it's not working, it is crashed, it is having some issues, this and that. But now this issue is by large reduced. So credit goes to a high-end refined framework, we can call it like that. You have to accept that, right? Okay, then next we will go to the data classification. Here I will be discussing about some indexing part. So let us first check about the classification, how when you are going a raw data, processed data, cooked data. You see the scientists are also taking all the terms which we are using in our kitchens. You have seen it, it's a raw food, it's a processed food, it is a cooked food. They are taking it from there. So unprocessed data in the form used on the source JSON, and then no schema is applied. What is a schema in DBMS? You have seen schema?
Yes,
That is we are discussing over here. So anything raw, like we have started the lecture with that. Anything raw we call it is a point. Next, when we call processed data. So can anyone take a simple example of that? Just simple and small. A simple and a small example. You can call it a raw data. You can call it a processed data. You can call it a cooked data. So a simple example which anyone can understand easily with just 4 to 5 rows and 1 and 2 columns. That's it. I think that is easy to understand to each one of us. Can anyone? Raw data, just 4, 5 row and 2 columns. First we start from the 0, then we will go a little higher. Tell me, madam.
Nothing but raw data is nothing but if we take an information of the people, that is a raw. We don't know how many members, we don't know the exact details.
Okay.
But when we go to process data, we take the detailed information of a person, like his names, his name or his address, or their his age, etc.
Yes.
We can take in a rows and a column.
Great.
And then if we want something from that our whatever we have inserted, suppose we are attending this FDP.
Good.
These many students have been attended, these many students have been absent for one session, or
Nice.
at last when we take a summary by seeing all the information of the different sessions. Right now we have completed almost 6 sessions.
Great.
So that
Each
is
day
good
2
data.
session.
Each day
So
2
today is the 7th session.
7th session.
Yes, you are lucky.
So that is nothing but the book data. Like we summarize at last.
Okay.
In session 1, these many students were there, these many resource persons were there, these were the faculties who were present. And finally, we have summarized that these were the total strength.
Okay, great. What madam has said is correctly. Before admission in a Manu, you are raw. In a Manu, when you are processed data, and by the time you got your degree, it's cooked. That's it. You should not think much. You just Google it, you find yourself. So during here you are there, if anyone, just show me ID card. They will check with the help of that. If the data is completed or you can go on, it's good. That's great. Okay, a little bit I will be touching a big data over here because when we are calling a data engineering, what madam has told, it's a DBMS. What I have told is a DBMS, but here we have to little go next level of that. So that data, how much volume, we can have that data. What madam has said correctly, she given a fantastic reply. I just want to know how much that can be and how much we can. Because our college, we have say 1,000 students. A course is of 4 year, 4,000 students. Our college is of 10 year, then how much data we have? And even you see, when you came after 50 year, even your children will come and check, is the data informed, correct? They have to tell. They cannot say, no, why you are asking? So imagine when the data grows surplus in such a way, how you are going to manage that? See, I started my talk, then I told, I remember my graduation days, we were having the floppy disk. I remember. And now you are also a graduate student, when you are starting it from the 1 TB disk, and even your mobile is also having on and around 1 TB or say 500 GB, where are we going? And if we are really going that speed, what will happen to that data? So this is a question. Volume, think what madam has told, even take that much only. Say the name and a register number and a course, that's it. Velocity, variety, veracity. So here the small data will move into a big data. And that is the reason I told you why we need a new technology. Why we need to go beyond C and Java. We need to go beyond C and Java. The reason is this. You cannot easily manage with C and Java. This is all in a huge format. So again, the Java can come up in a new GUI format of software where you can easily plug and play certain directories, certain APIs and certain things, and you can come back. It's something like that, programming with console and programming with GUI. So console of course is a root, but GUI gives you a little swiftness, a comfortness. So we call it a big data terminology. We have the volume, how much, velocity, how fast, variety, how different, and veracity, how reliable your data is. See, the question not stop here. You have to think when the data explosion will come. A terminology you have to understand in your mind, when the data explosions will come. Like the question is, Excel give you an unlimited row and column? Is the Excel give you unlimited row and column? No. It's limited.
Yes.
Now the second question goes to SQL. Is SQL give you unlimited rows and column?
I think.
So we have to check the data type of a SQL when we are using the data type. So you are using integer, then you are using long, and what is the last? Again, is it give a infinity?
No, sir.
Because somewhere we have to check the data explosion. You have to think into that. And in order to avoid that, we have to sideway a different, another softwares or another column or another methodology or another science to cater you. If DBMS was going very great, what is the need for big data? If DBMS is doing really very great, if everything was going cool, am I on time?
We'll take a tea break.
Okay, let's take a tea, but really I was not thinking half an hour is completed. It's only half an hour is done. Can we go for tea?
No,
Right?
no, sir. 1 hour is completed.
1 hour?
Yes, sir.
I must be thankful to you. Even I did not start and 1 hour is done.
More than 1 hour.
I really like this. Okay, thank you very much.
Sir, we'll join.
हाँ, sure. कामरान साहब आप मेरे को एक बॉटल जरूर दीजिए पानी का.
Okay.
So I hope the things is easy.
Things are very clear.